Hi everyone, it's Jacob Z. Flores, and I'm back today for my second mini author reading promoting my upcoming release Soulstruck, which is the third book of the Warlock Brothers of Havenbridge series. This series follows the lives of three Warlock brothers, Mason, Thad, and Pierce, and this book, Soulstruck, follows or is narrated by Pierce, who is the eldest Warlock brother. And in my first mini author reading, I gave you a bit of background about Pierce and his brothers and the dynamics of their relationship. And today I'm going to share Pierce and Kale's first meeting. All right, so let's jump into the second mini author reading. I would show Thad he was wrong. I'd be the one to find Ben or Ebenezer Kane, whatever the fuck he called himself now, and force him to reveal his plans. Thad's newly evolved powers and supposedly superior intellect hadn't managed that so far. He might be able to create blizzards and snowstorms, but he hadn't stopped Ben. He'd gotten away, and he was far too deadly to be on the loose. Ben might be the most powerful warlock to walk the earth. He might be a shadow weaver and a vampire with the ability to cast blood magic, but when he crossed my path, I'd take him out. Thad once told me I always look for the hammer when a screwdriver would do the trick. But when you're the hammer, there's no fucking need to grab a screwdriver. I slowed down and pulled over on the side of the road. I had to go back. Running wasn't the answer. If anything, it only proved Thad was right, that I couldn't handle being the next high priest. I had to go home, look Thad square in his pissy hazel eyes, and tell him to bite me. "Excuse me." A hand suddenly grasped my shoulder. Surprised by the voice and the unexpected contact, I rose off my bike and whirled around, punching the sneaky bastard in the face. He fell on his ass and tumbled on into the ditch off the side of the road. "What the fuck, man?" I asked, setting the kickstand on my bike. There was no way my baby was going to get scratched or banged up while I dealt with whatever asshole had the balls to creep up on me. If he knocked it over and ruined the paint job, I'd kill him. I stared down the 30-degree angle of the ditch at the guy who lay on his back, covering his nose. I couldn't get a good look at his face, with his nose currently gushing out blood, but he looked like he'd already been through the ringer. For some weird reason, he wore what looked like a tunic made of burlap, which was singed around the edges. Was this dipshit heading to a costume party? It was Yuletide, not Samhain. "What are you doing sneaking up on a guy like that?" I asked, before surveying the forest to see if he had any friends with him. "Don't you know this is private property? Trespassers will be electrocuted." "My apologies, sir. I must have hit him hard." Every word sounded like it ended with a TH. And who the hell was he calling sir? I was only 28. I was definitely not old enough to qualify as a sir, but to this little chicken, who looked no older than 21, I might look like a daddy. "Don't call me sir," I said, sliding down the ditch to him. He clearly needed help getting up. He was favoring his right arm and having trouble getting leverage or balance. "Just don't sneak up on me again." "Yes, sir," he said, as I grabbed his arm and hauled him to his feet. He peered at me from over the hands he once again held to his face. His wide eyes indicated his apology of addressing me as sir again. "That's strike number 2, I said, to which he nodded. From the constant pressure he'd been applying, the blood had stopped oozing between his fingers, but he still refused to let them fall away. "Let me see the damage." He nodded and removed his hands. He responded well to orders, which gave me a stiff one. I enjoyed a nice twink who knew who was in charge, and I would definitely enjoy eating the creamy filling of this particular Twinkie. Well, at least once he washed all the blood away. Okay, so there you have it, Kale and Pierce's first meeting. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you all back here for the next mini author reading. Bye!